And we're live.
Yay.
Wee.
Happy end of May.
Yeah.
It's almost June.
May went by quick for some reason. Like, I didn't feel it at all.
Yeah, I felt like as the quarantine began, time has slowed down.
Yeah.
But as we're like used to it now, it's like the days just all kind of become one, and who even knows?
Yep.
Yep. It's crazy to think that like in the normal times, next week would have been E3.
Oh God, yeah, it is. It was gonna be that soon, huh?
Yep. That's weird.
Isn't that super weird to think about?
Yeah.
It does sound, however, like there's a big PlayStation event on the 3rd, so get excited for that, I guess.
Yeah, maybe
finally
we'll
some
get some more
PS5
info.
news.
I was
Yeah,
gonna say,
exactly.
have they said anything if that's what's gonna be coming out?
There's been like a lot of hints online that there's a June 3rd thing, which lines up with all the other hints of like early June. So that's the
Fair.
thing. But yeah, I'm excited. I want the E3 season to begin with all the big game announcements and stuff. I'm ready.
Yeah.
How have you guys been this week? Anything new going on?
Fell down a flight of stairs yesterday.
Oh, God.
Oh, that was yesterday?
Yeah, like this morning technically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just walking down the stairs of my office and just my heel hit the edge of a step and slipped.
Oh.
I had my Switch in my hand, so I dented the wall with it. And yeah, now my back has been sore today, and I hurt. I thought I had twisted my ankle at first, like it was at a point where it was hurting a bunch.
Yeah.
But it's fine now. The only thing that hurts on my foot is like one of my toes, and not even my big toe, like the one next to it.
Oh, weird.
So like one that you could lose and it wouldn't be a huge deal.
Yeah, but it's weird that it hurt. Like I don't know. It was not fun. I think the only other thing, like, and I've got like a sort of cut on my hand, like a pseudo like carpet burn style cut on my hand.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, that's about the most exciting thing that's happened this past week.
Exciting.
If you lost the 3 middle toes, your like walking would screw up that much, or is it really just kind of on those outer 2?
I don't know about you guys, but like my foot kind of works like it has like the other toes kind of are separate in a way, but they're together, so it's kind of like having two
You have
sets,
like a
two
foot,
big toes.
yeah. There's like a
Yeah.
skeleton in there. Yeah, I have that.
Thanks, Sean. No, I mean like I don't know how to break it down other than like RoboCop's got like 2 toes, so it's kind of like being like RoboCop.
You have like
It's
webbed
two...
toes?
No.
Okay, because that's a thing. Like some people have kind of webbed toes.
Yeah, no. It's just like I find most of my like smaller toes just kind of hang together, and then my big toe is just like farther out, so it's like it's like 2 giant toes basically.
Okay, it's like a thumb.
Sure.
Okay, I think I've seen that as well. I don't think my foot's like that.
Like I routinely just like grab things with my feet, just because I can.
Okay, Paul, tell us about your feet.
I think
Give me a good podcast today.
I think I would probably have to change how I walk. I'm like physically moving my foot like I'm walking in my spot here to just feel where the pressure points are. And I think it would be kind of fucking weird enough that like I would change how I walk a decent amount.
Probably not as much as if it was the side toes. Right?
Oh no, like if it was like your big toe or like little toe, it would definitely like fuck shit up for sure.
Yeah.
But like I think it would like stunt it a little bit, you know, because like you know you put your foot down and then like you push off in like a certain motion. That motion I think would be just like stunted completely.
Right. I mean, I'm sure there would be some difference, but I'm just wondering what would be like kind of the minimal. Like I feel like based on me pushing my toes down right now, if I got rid of like the middle one and I'm doing my left foot and then the
Okay.
one to the left of the middle, so in between like the little one and the middle one, I don't think anything would change.
I think if I got rid of the one you were talking about and then the one to the left of that one, like not the one by
that's my
the
little
big toe. Which ones did you say? All 3 middle? How many do you have to get
originally?
rid of?
But I'm so if I'm getting rid of some, it's the middle one,
Okay.
and then the one between the middle one and the little toe.
Yes.
Like your ring
No,
toe.
I agree.
Kind of.
Okay.
Ring finger, ring toe. If I get rid of those 2, I don't think my walk
I actually
would change
agree.
that much.
I think you're correct on that. For me too.
John, which toes are you getting rid of when the time
Do
comes?
I have to? Is that a thing I have to choose?
Yeah, I mean, I don't make the rules; I just enforce them.
Yeah, I'd probably get rid of the middle at least.
That's the obvious one for sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure.
Or I could get rid of like the even ones. So then I have like the Ninja Turtle 3-toe feet.
Okay,
That'd
that's
be
an
kinda
interesting
fun.
idea.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's gonna be a dark podcast today, folks.
It's a weird one.
It got real hot here this last weekend, which was great. 3-day weekend, always super nice. Got up to 32, loved it. So we bought a kiddie pool. It's not here yet,
Okay. Oh.
unfortunately, but we have one coming. But it's like a big kiddie pool, and I am so stoked for that to show up for the summer.
Cool.
It's gonna be chilling out in that thing, works nicely because my girlfriend's apartment has like a balcony that it can fit on.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be so good. Gonna be so good. So good. All right, well, let's do some video game talk. Unless chat, tell me if you want to hear more about feet.
Don't ever ask chat anything.
No. No.
But I guess speaking of feet, this is the top-down perspective.
What?
I guess that's probably actually the opposite of speaking of feet. If you're going from a top-down perspective,
You look at your feet from a top-down perspective.
that's true. Unless you're under someone's foot. I've seen that video.
God. No. We can't. We gotta get off this.
I don't know. I'm more of a hand person. Show us your feet on cam.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was waiting to.
I'm saying let's play to our strengths here.
With your feet, apparently.
If that's our strength, like you got to double down on what's working for you.
I think that's your strength based on the way you're having this discussion right now.
Yep.
If that brings in the clicks, man. I'm Sean Booker. This is the top down perspective for March 28th. I'm Sean Booker.
I'm Paul Fleck, and you can reach our OnlyFans at onlyfans.com/topdownperspective. Apparently, feet pics for everybody.
Yep. We set that up last night. Yep. This is all a big this is a bit to kind of advertise that. If you want more foot talk.
Yep.
I'm John Wheeler, and I do not support this message.
He's the bad boy of the OnlyFans.
Throw some boobs in there, please. At least.
He's like the one.
Oh
who's
my
like,
God! Yes, please.
I'm not going to show you my feet, but in the end, he shows you his feet.
Yeah.
You got to get the relationship meter up way higher with John to get his feet.
May cannot add or end quick enough. The way this is going.
Please.
Okay, Paul, why don't you start us off?
Sure. The only game that I really need to talk about, Sean, you and I have been playing Minecraft Dungeons, not together, weirdly, but I've been playing a bunch of that game because I have things I like about it and things I really fucking dislike about that game. First,
I played through this game as well, so
yeah,
happy to have this conversation with you.
Yeah, so Minecraft Dungeons, for anybody who might not know, is a very basic Diablo-like game where the emphasis, the Minecraft part kind of comes in the aesthetic, obviously, but also in the fact that you kind of build what your loot is. Like, you pick up loot, and it has some properties that allow you to enchant it in certain ways, and you kind of
I think
build
you need
your
to be careful with your words, because there is no building in this game. In the sense of Minecraft has building.
Sure, there's no building structures, but you literally craft what class you're playing essentially by changing your equipment loadout accordingly.
Yeah, your like a attack and defense equipable. So your armor, your ranged attack, and your melee attack. You can enchant, which is basically just upgrade and give them different perks.
Right. Yeah,
but
and you can create synergies between them and stuff like that. So you can make little builds.
I don't think it gets really deep where you're having to think about that in any way?
I disagree, because if you're
Do you
not,
think there's a depth to this combat where it's like you got to make sure you're synergizing or you're screwed?
yeah.
No
What
way.
difficulty are you playing on? I'm playing on the hardest difficulty available with somebody, and shit fucks you up if you're not.
Well, so that's the weird thing about this in relation to kind of how like Diablo handles difficulty or any
Yeah.
like kind of like loot shooter or like loot roguelike kind of thing
Yeah.
where it's like set your difficulty, the higher difficulty you want, the like better like loot drops
The
you
higher
get, right?
number
Kind of
on
like,
the loot.
yeah.
Yeah.
And the lower difficulty, it's going to be like, 0.5% chance of getting a good loot,
Right. Yep.
This game, it has that, but it also has like stepping stones of like, oh, it's on this stage, you can't play as high as you want or as low as you want. You kind of have to pick one of these two. Make sure your
Mhm.
power level is high enough. Like it has like an order you go through the difficulty as opposed to just like you can't do the thing where it's like, oh, I'm gonna play the whole game on difficulty level 1, and then I'm gonna play the whole thing on difficulty level 2. It's like
Right.
you can play level 1 and 2 on difficulty 1 or 2, but once you get to level 3, you have to choose to play it on difficulty 3 or 4. Like it forces you to kind of move up.
Right.
So I'm
Right.
playing on whatever the game difficulty is.
Right. I've played through this game like 4 times. I'm on apocalyptic difficulty.
Okay, so yeah, I played through it once. You
Okay.
do unlock like other
Har-
modes kind of after
No,
that
it's just
first
harder
playthrough.
It's literally the exact same game, but like with harder difficulty numbers, essentially.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I can't speak on that side because maybe there is some synergies, but playing through it on just kind of like the standard,
You can
you're-
face roll your
you-
way through the like early game
yeah,
or the first.
you don't need to do like anything.
playthrough for sure. It's definitely like a kid tailored experience. And then like the replay value is in that number getting bigger and bigger. Basically, the nice or shitty thing, depending on your perspective, I guess, thing about the hardest difficulty is that they actually throw enemies at you that you have to think about how you're going to attack because they'll like fuck you up. They're enchanted, so they're hard to kill, and they have like a bunch of things on them that screw with you. So
Can you give me an example of that? Because again, this is something I did not see.
sure, creepers that pull you in because they're gravity whatever. They have a frost aura, so that they're harder to get away from. And like since they're enchanted, they'll just like do double damage when they explode.
So what's like a synergistic build you have to combat that isn't just do more damage?
There's a powerful enchantment called Radiance that we've been abusing, which is basically a chance to do a healing aura on hit with a fast weapon with an item that increases your attack speed to literally just like heal yourself through all of the damage of a huge group.
Okay.
And then like somebody else will sit away with like a bomb exploding crossbow and like shoot everything while you're pulling them in.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, so
I actually did get the Radiance one, and like quick question
It's
on
good.
that. The enemy has the aura around it, or you get the aura around you?
it explodes on the enemy. And so
Yeah, that's what I thought, and I kept thinking like, how is this useful? Because I had it on like my bow.
Yeah,
so like all the healing aura was nowhere near me.
Sure.
And I was like, this sucks. But I guess if my teammate was over there, playing kind of melee, maybe that would be useful.
Right. Yeah, so there's like, again, like even the synergies, extremely basic. Like the biggest synergy is tank dude pulls guys in with his gravity like enchantment, and then other dude with explosive does damage to group. It's very, very basic synergies, but they're still kind of there.
I think the whole game is pretty basic.
It's super basic for sure. That end boss is badly designed for keyboard and mouse. When I was playing it with a controller, totally fine. So that game is definitely tuned for controller.
I saw you complaining on Twitter about the final boss, and I even said, because I played through it co-op, I was saying to my friend while we were playing the final boss, I was like, I like this fight. Like, there's actually more to do than just hit the guy as hard as I can.
You were using a controller, right?
Yes, I'm playing on Xbox.
Yeah, so that fight is that whole game is tuned for controller. The pathing in it is terrible for for as much as it's a Diablo-like, it's obviously, they didn't like make this on for a PC experience and then ported to console. It's the other way around. So the pathing when you click to like move around feels fucking terrible, like everywhere basically. Some of the bosses feel absolutely awful to get away from their shit clicking. Everything felt totally fine with the controller. So that's kind of weird, but also to be expected, I suppose, because this is definitely going to be like a kid console game over a hardcore Path of Exile player PC experience.
Yeah, I want to kind of emphasize just how like Diablo-like it is. Like it is not just kind of like a run-based game. Like
no,
the HUD looks like Diablo. You can pull up the map on top of your like play field, and that looks exactly like Diablo. Like they just took Diablo and filled it with Minecraft aesthetics.
yeah,
And I will say, like, I like the way it looks. I think it looks nice.
Fine. Sure.
Uh, I I question why it's even called Minecraft because it has nothing to do with Minecraft outside of like the way it looks. I think it's weird that there's absolutely no building in this game if it's a Minecraft game.
It took me a while to get used to there. You can't even like break things in the environment like crates and shit like that. They're just aesthetic.
Yeah. You can get a pickaxe, but it's just another melee weapon.
Yeah, it's
that
weird.
I probably wouldn't even recommend because it's not a spear. And those things have like great range.
Yeah,
I think it would have been cool if you had to like if you could like knock your way through walls to find shortcuts, or if you had to like build a bridge. I mean, I'm not a huge like building person. I don't when I played Fortnite, I didn't like having to build. I don't Minecraft didn't draw me in. That's not my kind of gameplay. But even if there was something like minimal, like the Lego equivalent of building something, and if you're playing on a team, someone had to like fend off the enemies while you're auto building, a staircase.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like it's called Minecraft Dungeons because Minecraft is a brand.
Totally. Yep.
But like the Minecraft fan going to this, they don't get any of their usual Minecraft love out of it besides, hey, that thing is a creeper, and my guy does look like a cardboard box.
Right.
Everything looks like a cardboard box.
Right. Exactly. But yeah, it's been okay, I guess. Honestly, if I was playing alone, I would have been done with it a long time ago. What's keeping us going is that there's a small group of us playing together. So it's been fun.
Yeah, great for co-op. I will say, like, I had fun. I went through it. It's extremely short.
It's
like
very
a
short.
4-hour game.
Yeah.
To play through the like 8 levels, I think there are. I want to say it's about 8. Yeah.
There's also like
a
secret, at least one secret level you can unlock. But yeah,
I know there's a few secret levels I've heard. I haven't looked into how to do them.
Yeah.
I plan to play more. I actually got a code of it sent my way because this is on Game Pass. But that's just like the base version, which by the way it's a $20 game. So like I'm fine if that's a 4-hour experience. Like whatever, it's $20.
So I was gonna ask you, especially now that you're playing console, did you have any weird problems with it? Because this game was poorly made, in my opinion. I had so many times that we timed out from each other. So many times where literally the netcode could not handle at some points there being more than one person in the game, and people literally just being stuck in mid-air during jump pad animations or not being able to move. Like this has happened countless times for our group.
Nope, didn't have any of the things you just listed, and I can't think of anything that I did have.
Yeah. I was wondering if maybe the Xbox version was just better that way. It seems like they don't give a fuck about PC at all. So
this is also out on like everything. Like it's on PlayStation. So I think it's on Switch.
I think you're right.
So I have the like it's like Hero Edition or whatever. It's like $30 as opposed to 20, which is supposed to come with the first 2 DLCs because straight up just on the map it just says like more content coming later.
Yeah.
So I'm actually looking forward to doing more because I had fun with what I did play through.
Sure.
I would play some more of that. Whoever knows, that would be cool if they just kept adding stuff to this like they do Minecraft because that would be insane.
Yep.
But yeah, it's just like it's a totally fine game. Like it's a good afternoon.
Yeah, I agree. I guess like the other thing is PSO2 is finally out. Phantasy Star Online 2 is finally out for PC. People have been playing it on Xbox for a while now. People that cared enough to like go through fan translations or learn Japanese or whatever have been playing it for like 20 years. So there's not a whole lot to talk about that's new with that game, but that's out now in fully localized in English for PC.
Yeah, I've had it installed on my Xbox for a while. I've been wanting to jump into it.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's crossplay with the PC version.
I wonder too, because I can see an Xbox friends list on there. So maybe.
I would assume so.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we should play some Phantasy
We should
Star
try it
Online
out.
too.
Sure. For sure.
I've never played any of those games. And I know it's free to play, so we'll see how long I can like stomach that.
Sure, fair enough. That's really all I've been playing.
All right, I'll continue with what I've been playing. Outside of Minecraft Dungeons, I played through all of Golf with Your Friends.
Uh-huh.
This is another game that just came out on Game Pass last week.
And it's officially just released now. It's been in early access for a few years, but it's fully out now.
Yeah, it's been on PC for a long ass time.
I knew it was on PC last year. I didn't know it was early access there. I thought it was just out on PC.
No, they've been.
This is like this is a wacky mini golf game.
Yeah.
Where the physics just completely fuck you all the time.
Some of them, yeah.
Yeah, it is extremely ridiculous. Some of the things they ask you to do. I'm trying to think of some examples. Like, you'll start off in like the forest course. That looks pretty much like you'd expect a mini golf course to look like. But then later on, you'll be in like the space course,
the gravity
where
wells,
there's portals and
Oh.
there's gravity wells.
Yeah.
All sorts of weird stuff. Like it's definitely what you would want from like, hey, this is a video game version of mini golf, so let's just get real wacky with it. There's a pirate one where the 18th hole is like a tentacle monster and it can whack the ball out of the air.
Yeah. There's jetpacks.
The camera sucks.
The camera does suck.
The jetpacks are the absolute worst.
Yeah.
So I just finished the last stage. I think that it's published by Team 17, so the last stage is a worms themed stage.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Have you played this one? Have you played this stage?
I might have rage quit out of it at the middle, like on the fourth hole. I was fucking furious by that point, and I left the game.
So I'm playing through like co-op, which is just fantastic because every second word is just fuck this stupid game.
Yep.
Oh, I got par. Well, fuck you.
It's annoying too because it's like some holes are like totally fair, cool, like obstacles and stuff, and really fun. The next one is just like there's just bombs dropping all the time. Maybe your ball will get there at some point. Like fuck this game, dude.
Yeah, it's a lot of the time it's like, okay, what do we want to do? Here's why the camera sucks. It's really close to the ball. So if the ball ever kind of rolls near a wall, like if the wall's here and the ball's right in front of it, the camera just doesn't know what to do. So it kind of puts itself inside of the ball, but you still need to kind of be able to see where it's going, and you don't have a great view.
Yep.
It only shows you where the hole is by a little indicator on the screen on your first stroke. After that, you just kind of have to remember where the hole is, which is insane because, like I said, some of the stages have portals.
Well, you have a free look
cam. So there is a free look cam
that
only allows you to look around for 15 seconds.
Yeah.
Total. Yeah. So you'll start the course. You're like, all right, what are we doing? And there's no way to just like hit Y for free look and then just kind of see an aerial. That's what they need. They need a top-down perspective of the course just so I can see where the hell I'm even supposed to go.
He said the thing.
Yeah, he said the thing. Hit the button. So you have to like fly your way up with the free cam and then look down. By the time you're in a position that's good without a tree in the way, you've already used about 5 of your seconds.
Yeah.
So you only have 10 seconds. You got to figure out, okay, what am I trying to do? You hit your ball. Now you're in a completely other weird spot because it bounced off a mushroom and then a goat hit it and then it went over a loop-de-loop through 3 holes and now you're somewhere else and you don't know where the hole ended up. So you need to use free aim again. And you only got 10 seconds left of that. Like it is such a weird limitation. They literally just need to please just look down. I just need to see what this course looks like because I do not know what you're expecting me to do.
Yep, I agree.
But yeah, like I was saying, the Worms course has like 4 or 5 out of 18 of the holes are jetpack holes,
Yeah.
and it's so bad. Oh, it's so bad. Most of those holes on the Worms course are a par 6.
Yep.
Which might not sound crazy to you. I'll put it in perspective. The average par for the entire game, most of the time, is a 3.
Yeah.
And then the Worms one is a 6, and there's dumb shit like the holy hand grenade is there. And if it explodes, your ball just goes into the like a different course. You get to restart.
Yeah.
It is yeah,
It's
I wouldn't
crazy.
play this by yourself.
No.
I don't know why you would play this by yourself.
No.
Because
Yeah.
it's just that level of this game is constantly giving you a middle finger.
Yeah.
Like just nonstop. There is not a single point where the game is not flipping you off. So at least if you're playing co-op, you can laugh about how much this game hates you with
Yeah.
a friend.
For sure.
So I ended up like fucking laughing my ass off. I was almost
Totally.
crying at how stupid some of this stuff was that they were expecting us to do. So that was an incredible. That was a lot of fun. Fantastic use of Game Pass. That was great. It looks like it has more stages coming. At least one. Because on the stage select screen, the last stage, like after Worms, there's like a one with caution tape on it that looks like it's themed after the Escapists games.
It is. That's out on the. I mean, I have the Steam version, so I don't know about the Game Pass one. That's out.
So the Game Pass one only has up to Worms. So you have the Escapist one. Is there more after that, or is it just that? That's it.
That's the last official one, but they also have workshop support, so there's infinite golf courses.
Right, but that won't be on Xbox, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to another course of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's extremely silly, but I'd recommend it, and especially it's on Game Pass. Like, why not?
I really like also the biggest update they ever did was when they added in the stuff where you could change stuff about how the physics interact. So you could have like hockey or like weird like
we just did one of those. There was like an achievement for playing a custom game. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna set up the worst game I can think of. First off, I made it dunk, and that game mode just sucks in general.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
It's a bad golf game mode.
Yeah.
Gravity down to 25%. So anytime you touch the ball, it goes flying. I also, and I don't know why they let you do this. It's so bad. I made it so after every hole, the ball would change shape.
Yep. That's
so
a
half
good one.
the time we were like hitting
an
like
egg
a cube
or something.
or an egg, and it reacts as such. One of them was an acorn, and oh my god, the acorn fucking sucks to use. And also, you're playing dunk, and if you don't know what dunk mode is for golf, you have to hit the ball and then hit A really fast to make it jump up in the air so that it goes down into a basketball net. Yeah. Try doing that to an acorn or a star.
Yeah.
I also made it so that every hole, the size of your ball would change, just so it was just nonstop, the worst. We had a bunch of randos join our game. There was like 5 of us when we started. After hole 1, it was just me and my buddy. Everybody quit.
They're like, "Fuck this."
we just did it on Forest, the first stage, which has a par. The course par is like, I want to say it's like 60 or 70.
Yeah.
We were both getting. We finished that thing with like a stroke count of 200.
Holy shit.
Just because the ball never goes where you want, so we kept just like either timing out or stroking out, and like almost every hole was 14. Yeah, this game is so dumb.
Putting on collision is super fun too, because if you get a good group together, it's just like you guys fucking each other out of holes and ones all the time.
I did put that on, but because there was only 2 of us, it never happened.
Right. Yeah.
And also because we were weird shapes, we was just like, oh, I'm out of bounds every single time I hit this thing.
Yeah, so it didn't matter anyway.
But yeah, two quality Game Pass games that came out in the last week. With co-op, exactly what I want. So that's what I've been playing. John.
Yo, honestly, not been playing much outside of stream time right now. Wrapped up Across S4, so that's done. I'm free of Across for a bit.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm ever gonna be done with Across S4. It feels so large.
I think the strategy I came up with of like doing the game in reverse is working. because
you
I
didn't
already
burn
know how
out.
to do the harder ones. Yeah.
Oh
So I
yeah.
know how to do the harder ones. So I'll ease myself into them because it'll take like 20 minutes to do like a hard puzzle.
Sure.
And then when I get in the right mood, I'll be doing progressively easier puzzles, so everything kind of flows faster.
Yeah, that's damn. That's pretty good.
It's actually been it's been a fun way to do that differently like that. It's been real helpful.
Because then when you're losing
But, yeah.
motivation, it's like, well, I can knock this out in a minute, literally. So let's do a puzzle.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So basically everything I played was stream related. So we wrapped up Bioshock Infinite this week.
Yes.
We
Quick
finished the main story.
unspoiler thoughts on the ending.
Didn't like it.
Okay.
Didn't like that ending.
Wow. Okay.
Because I'm just like, wait, but that doesn't explain this. This feels like a cop out. I get that. That was a cool touch, but there's just like I have more questions than I have answers. I feel, but everyone's been telling
me
me
it opens the door.
Yeah, but everyone's been telling me play the Burial at Sea DLC because that will actually answer a number of those questions.
Oh, I never played that, so I don't even know.
Yeah, so I'm actually going to be playing that on stream in a couple weeks. So I'm going to
Okay.
do that on the 10th and the 17th. I think those are the 2 Wednesdays. So we're going to play through that.
Cool.
They're telling me it's going to be about 7 to 10 hours probably.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll do that.
I don't know about that, but okay.
But yeah, the actual game itself, plot was kind of all over the board.
Yeah.
I don't like that it feels like the end of the moral of the story was everyone kind of sucks. But the gameplay was fun. The shooting was good. The plasmids, the tonics. Yeah, tonics were fun.
Yeah.
Vigors. God damn it, I keep forgetting the names of them confused. Yeah, the vigors were fun. It was weird that it was a 2-gun shooter because apparently the other Bioshocks you just get all the weapons.
I don't remember.
It was weird.
There's only 2 guns in Infinite?
You can only carry 2 guns. You can only carry 2 guns. It's Halo rules.
Okay. I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember that at all. Weird. That is weird.
I found more or less the gear I had was the gear I stuck with. Like I carried a machine gun and something explosive. That was basically my layout for the entire game.
Sure.
Okay, yeah.
But no, it was fun otherwise. Even if a little ham-fisted.
Yeah.
I'm glad I played it, but some it's just like ugh.
And now you're waiting for the next one, like the rest of us.
Nope.
I hear it's coming to Vita.
I was gonna say I think I'm good with Bioshock having ended after Infinite, honestly.
No, they're working on one. Remember Ken Levine?
Yeah, they're working on. Oh, you're right, the Vita one. How could I?
Well,
oh my God.
no, there's 2. So it was announced for Vita, which there's no way that's ever becoming a thing. But then also, that whole studio got basically laid off, except for Ken and it was a dozen employees working on, whatever the next Bioshock thing is going to be. So they're just in a basement somewhere, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, and I know that System Shock got bought by Tencent or something like that. So there's weird IP stuff happening everywhere with that series now.
Yeah.
Otherwise, yesterday I did something stupid on stream. I played Crowd Control, which I've talked to this in the past before. Crowd Control basically means people can create certain effects in the games I'm playing.
Yep.
And they're as mundane as give you some health or take away some health to kill off your character instantly, force a specific power on them, or warp you to another stage. So we played through all of Kirby Superstar and about a third of Yoshi's Island.
Okay.
So give us what happens in Kirby Superstar. Give us a highlight of what a fun moment.
Kirby Superstar, you can force any power up on the player.
Nice.
Including the short use ones like crash or microphone or sleep, which I learned.
Dope.
So yeah,
I was trying to remember is there any bad ones? Who cares?
Sleep is the bad one. Yeah,
sleep is the bad one. Okay.
Yeah,
doesn't that restore your health though?
No, that's only in one game.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, that can be activated in midair.
Oh God.
Yeah, you got to make sure you're not above a pit. Or what happened is
don't you still have to at least hit the A button to use the power?
No. Sleep when it activates, it just turns on immediately.
Oh, okay. So all the other ones
you immediately fall asleep. Yeah.
Okay. All the other ones though, you have to activate, right?
All the other ones, yeah, I actually have to do an attack. Yeah.
I see. Okay.
Sleep is the only outlier.
Okay.
And there's one mode in that game called Gourmet Race where you're racing against King Dedede to get to the end of like an actual racetrack. Sleep could be activated during that, which I didn't think about.
Great.
So I actually had to redo Gourmet Race because I lost, which I don't think that's happened since I was like a kid.
That's hilarious.
That's very funny.
So depending who you have like doing it, you could just never beat that. Basically.
Yeah, exactly. I think I actually had to call it truce and be like, "Yo, can we? I'm not moving on until we do this. So please."
Yeah. That's funny. I need to know what Yoshi's Island crowd control does. I'm guessing Mario it forces Mario.
Yeah, because there aren't power-ups in Yoshi's Island.
There sort of are, but like the game, I don't know if the crowd control was glitched or what, but we couldn't use some of the features.
Oh.
One of the features straight up was like tap taps. Those like invincible spiked enemies just rain from the sky and you have to avoid them. That one didn't work.
Oh, okay.
Another one was you literally transformed into one of the 5 vehicles. That also didn't work. It was weird, but like the ones that did work were insta kill. Have it so that your star meter is frozen at 0. So if you get hit at all, the baby gets immediately grabbed.
Right.
You can add or take away eggs, which we found out was an issue when it also took away keys.
Oh fuck.
So we soft locked the game at least once.
So you can get soft locked. Oof.
Yeah. What else? You could give people random items. You could turn on random effects. You could change the color of the Yoshi you're playing as. That happened too with Kirby. Apparently, that's just cosmetic.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought.
Apparently, that was a thing with Kirby Superstar too. There was like a bidding war to change the color of Kirby. We kept switching between like Game Boy Green and Sky Blue.
Huh.
But yeah, no, they were very frustrating experiences if you're used to the original games, but they were also refreshing because they're different. So, and that is all I have been playing otherwise.
All right, cool. Let's do some news. Not much has happened.
Nice.
Basically, like just before this, they announced that Sonic the Hedgehog is getting a film sequel.
Makes sense. It did well, and it set itself up for one.
Same director coming back. I don't know. What do you want to see in a Sonic the Hedgehog 2?
I mean, Crazy Robotnik, right? Which we got a
Crazy Robotnik. Yeah, you want to see him.
Like actual Crazy Robotnik, I should say, because he was still crazy. But
right. Yeah. Although I feel like, is he going to be like lovable crazy? Because that's kind of what he was in this one. He was like, there was a lovable to his meanness. Is he just going to be mean now?
I hope so.
Like, are we going to get any more dance sequences with him?
Probably.
Like, I hope. Like, I think that's the best part of that movie is when he does the weird dance.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, what do you think they call it?
Sonic 2 and Knuckles.
And Knuckles. I don't think they put Knuckles in it.
I think they've said if they're going to do it again, they're going to add some animal friends. So at the very least, Tails is getting in there.
Yeah, that's
I have
true.
a feeling Tails is getting in there.
Yeah. So like maybe just Sonic and Tails or something.
It ends up it's just Sonic, Tails, and Big the Cat. That's it. That's
oh
the 3
my
they
god,
picked.
please.
Yeah. Sonic, Tails, Shadow. God, don't do Shadow. They wouldn't do Shadow.
Not
right?
yet. Not yet.
They could.
That would be so bad. It would be so
weird
bad.
if they didn't. He could be the villain though. Because remember, he starts as a villain.
I think it'd be better off if they did like Metal Sonic first.
True.
Because then Robotnik could have at least like built him.
That's probably what they'll do. Is like Sonic 2 will be like it'll be Metal Sonic and like just Eggman getting used to being in that world, and then like it'll end with a teaser of Shadow. That's probably exactly what they'll do. They'll do like an after credit sequence of Shadow being like revived.
They have to start adding in
so
the Chaos Emeralds in the next one, right? So I'm thinking Sonic 2 Chaos something is like in the title.
Like Chaos Control.
I don't know, but like they have to start adding it, right? Like,
I got this. I saw one of my GameSpot coworkers on Twitter. So this is not mine, but I'll say what hers was. It was got to go fast with a 2.
That's pretty good.
Oh my god,
it's pretty good. That's why I couldn't take credit for that. But
sure.
That just makes sense. That just makes too much sense. I don't think he should ever go supersonic in these movies.
I don't know.
Mm,
Because it almost seemed like he was on the cusp of it at the end of the last one, so.
Oh, because friendship was so powerful.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay. That's true. If they keep pumping him with more friendship, he might go supersonic.
Does he floss again?
I think that's past. There's got to be what's the new dance? What are people doing on like TikTok? Does he have a TikTok? I could see him posting a TikTok inside of that next movie. Like he 100% grabs James Marston's phone, quickly downloads TikTok, becomes a TikTok superstar in like 5 seconds because that's how fast he is.
Yeah.
Yep, that's happening. You know what else is happening? Stadia is still happening.
wow.
It is? Holy shit.
I feel about Stadia pretty much how I feel about Sonic the Hedgehog movies.
Wow. That's a strong statement.
5, which is to say I love them.
Uh-huh.
So I love it so much. I went
Number
I got
one
Stadia
fan, baby.
Stadia day one. I went to Sonic the Hedgehog the first night it came out, so I'm a super fan.
Yeah.
5 more games are coming to Stadia Pro. Power Rangers Battle for the Grid, that Panzer Dragoon remaster, Super Hot, Little Nightmares, a game called Get Packed, which I have to assume is just moving out.
Yeah.
They made 2 of those that came out at the same time, basically. Anyways, I only really mention this because June 1st is when they join. June 3rd is when that 2 months of Stadia Pro for free deal gets reduced to a 1-month trial. So if you're on the fence about getting some free Stadia, do it before June 3rd, and you can get 2 months of it for free as opposed to 1. There's your PSA. BlizzCon was canceled.
The worst part about that news is that means that they didn't have enough DE4 to show. So it's like, okay, well, I guess so.
There's an online event likely happening sometime early next year.
Great.
So there you go.
Okay.
And the last little bit of news is that Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles Remaster Edition got a release date. This is coming out August 27th. Again, it's coming. That's actually for the Nintendo Switch and the PS4. The mobile versions, apparently the release timing is subject to change. I still think it's crazy that that's coming to mobile pretty close to the same stuff. But that's it for news. I'm telling you, but it sounds like next week is the news week.
Yeah.
Let's do some questions. If you want to send a question in, it's topdownperspective@gmail.com, at TDP Podcast on Twitter, the Discord channel, or John's P.O. Box. This first one comes from Linebeck, who says, do turn-based and or action RPGs need grinding? I mainly ask this as I've seen people say that grinding is an integral part of RPGs.
No.
I don't think so either.
No, they really don't. It's all about the combat, really.
Oh, really?
The grind...
What's the like rule for the combat so that it's an RPG?
Well, turn-based, going through menus, probably like an active time system, or like turn-based.
So what about stuff like Final Fantasy VII Remake? Or the Tales of games? Those are just basically like action games during.
Yeah, that's action RPG. Those are action RPGs. So in that case, okay. it still is going through some menus and stuff like that. Like 7R's got plenty of menus.
Okay, so you're saying to be a turn-based it needs that, but I think they're asking more on the RPG side of it, right?
Yeah, I'd rather focus more on that than the need for just grinding.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think it needs grinding.
But I think the real problem is there's no such thing as a perfectly balanced game. So no matter what, there will be some people who feel you need to grind in any RPG. So.
Sure.
I'm trying to think what do you need for it to be an RPG then if it's not grinding?
Role playing and turn-based combat. And leveling up. But like leveling up at a steady pace, if that makes sense.
But like Mass Effect has leveling up.
I don't know. I never played Mass Effect.
Okay, well now you know Mass Effect has leveling up. So like
Okay.
then,
But that also
So-
has like lots of story focused dialogue and like decision making and stuff like that. That's another thing.
see, like I feel like the leveling up is an RPG element put into a different game. So then, like, how do you define just a role playing game then? Like, what is the one thing you can point to, and like, if it has this, it's a role playing game.
It has a
Maybe
role
it is
you play.
grinding. But that's every game. That's every single game. That's what a game is.
Every game is a role-playing game. Easy.
Role playing platformer, Paper Mario.
One of the big things for an RPG for me is that the stuff you do has to have some sort of like influence on your character that you're playing. So like stat points, weapon upgrades, shit like that. That like, I feel like there has to be a sense of progression for your character specifically.
Yeah, character progression. I'm trying to be devil's advocate here, and I'm trying to think of an example.
Sure.
So like again, I go to Mass Effect.
Your character definitely progresses in Mass Effect.
That's what I'm saying. So are you saying Mass Effect is an RPG?
It absolutely is an RPG.
Okay. Because I would probably have put it in like the shooter category myself.
Okay, so I think the weird thing is that it's both, right? Because like a shooter is just mechanically how the game is played, not what the genre of the game is. Because like you could have a first person, you could have an FPS RPG as well.
Right, I think you need to kind of have the both there, because I could just say, because I would just say Call of Duty is a shooter. Both in the sense of
Call of Duty is like a shooter and like a military sim or something. I don't know. It's or like a movie.
Oh man, I'm not gonna say that, but you can put that on the back of the box. Thank you.
Yeah.
You're in the pocket of big Activision over there.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd probably define it just like as a masterpiece. Check in the mail.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, because I want to say you don't need grinding, because I think of stuff like, you know, Final Fantasy VII does not let you grind. If you know, like it kind of tries to not make you grind. And that is an RPG, I would still say. But like, what other genre has grinding?
Tony Hawk.
Oh shit!
Got him. Okay, so what I'm trying to say, welcome to my TED Talk. Tony Hawk is the first RPG.
No RPGs existed before Tony Hawk.
Well, they didn't have grinding. They had grinding. And I think that's what this person was asking about. So, got it.
Nice.
Follow-up question from Lineback. Following a recent Twitter trend, what's a game you've played that you feel like nobody else has played?
Even though I know John has played it, he's the only other person I've ever heard talk about Little Samson on the NES.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, John, you must have a huge list of this.
Probably. The question is, where do I start? Hatris.
I've never even heard of that.
It's a puzzle game where you stack hats, and then you sell the hats once you've stacked enough of the same type of hat together.
Okay.
It's kind of like Yoshi, if you ever played that game.
I'm gonna alter this for John. What's the most popular game that you think nobody else has played?
That's an easy one, man. That's so easy.
Is it?
I mean, I'm assuming John has played Fortnite at one time.
No.
Dude, how do you even call yourself a gamer?
No, I'm not asking him what's the most popular game he's played. I'm saying what's the most popular of the games you think nobody else has played.
Oh, okay, that's different. Okay, yeah.
Also, you've never played Fortnite? Man, you lucky guy.
Yeah, no, I had it downloaded on my Switch and just never loaded it up.
Nice.
The most popular of a game I feel like nobody's played.
It's like an oxymoron. Like, what is this?
Well, it's specifically for John.
Because here's the thing.
Right,
so
like,
I'm thinking like the most obvious answer to me is stuff that got like popular games that got a sequel that people probably don't know about, like DuckTales 2,
yeah, that's
Dale Rescue Rangers 2, Bubble Bobble Part 2, like stuff like that.
Sure. Have a lot of people
probably
played
my
Sin and Punishment?
I mean,
Wii game?
the first one didn't come out here until the Wii, even though it was on the N64. So,
Yeah, that's true.
but yeah, not many people have played Sin and Punishment.
I-
I'm sure more people have played Star Successor than the original Sin and Punishment.
Yeah.
My answer would probably be something like an obscure like WiiWare game,
Okay.
or and like a couple, or something weird that came out on like the Switch eShop that no one talks about. So like two things come to mind: Muscle March. No one talks. It's criminal
Mm-hmm.
that no one talks about Muscle March. I'm putting my foot down.
Yeah, I heard.
Which is a callback to the intro, and that other one that actually Paul you played. What was
Okay.
that weird Japanese eShop thing that I told you about being considerate?
Oh my god. I'm trying to remember the name of it right now.
It was like Kukiyomo.
Yeah,
Consider
Kukiyomi, consider it.
something like that.
Yeah.
That's another weird obscure game.
That's a pretty good one. The thing is that if you want to talk about obscure games, though, like, you could talk about any indie game on itch.io. Like, I feel like there's a point where it becomes unfair. It's like, well, my friend is making a game, and I know nobody else has tried that yet. So
That's true. Yeah.
I don't know. There's a weird, like, line, I think, that has to be drawn at some point.
Okay, we'll draw the line. I mean, this is all just semantics.
Yeah, I guess it has to just be Googleable, first of all. Like, you should be able to maybe get a hit on Google. It should exist in the public.
Well, I would assume anything on itch could get a hit if you Google it. Okay, well then maybe we should do like it's been printed on like a physical platform, either like a disc or a cartridge.
Okay.
Because I have to think more then, because neither of my games were.
Oh, yeah.
People are saying like hitting my game by mom. Yeah, like an app one, you could find any game that no one's heard of on an app store. Well, John, both of yours were
his are fun.
games. Paul, do you have a physical game?
I mean, Little Samson was released on NES.
You did say that. That's right. Yeah. Okay. Then I'm just maybe I just don't have an answer.
Apparently, that thing's really expensive, right? To get
Little Samson, yeah, it's one of the most expensive NES cards.
Makes sense. eBay has it at $2,000 Canadian.
Yeah, you guys heard of Super Mario 64 for the N64?
I haven't. Tell me about it.
John, have you heard of that?
Which game?
Super Mario 64 for the N64.
Damn, they made 64 of those?
Yeah, it's the 64th one. Clearly, neither of you have heard of it. I played that one. Not enough people talking about it.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Hebrew Lantern says, if we're all living in the human body version 1.0, what sort of updates would be expected for version 1.1?
Wi-Fi.
The interesting thing about this question is that it's not 2.0, so it can't be a big change. Yeah.
That's exactly what I was going to say. I like this because it has to be just like a small incremental update.
It's probably
something that just kind of like 1.0 had some bugs. We got that, but we fine-tuned them down, and now here's 1.1. Install the software update.
Yeah. So how big is something like... well, you can't like fix a major... Like a major
How big
thing like
do you guys
cancer.
think acne is?
That's probably that's probably a good one for 1.1.
That seems like a bug in the 1.0 software that they were like, that is not a shippable bug. Why did you do that?
Fix skin pores. Yeah.
Why'd you make them so porous?
Yeah.
Idiot.
See, stuff that chat's saying is way too big for a 0.1. Like fixed back pain, fixed error with anxiety. These are huge changes.
That might be change. That's like a 2.0 at least. That
might be even a 0.5. Like you might make an argument that it's like halfway there to something good.
See, I could see the back pain being like a 0.5.
Yeah, sure.
Maybe what's like causing the back pain, like a recurring issue with your spine or something, is like a 2.0, but just less back pain.
Or would a 2.0 be further, where it's just like added a third hand, So you can do like it would be, but maybe bigger. So maybe they're right. Maybe like back pain would be a 0.1 because it's
Well,
just
is 2.0 like is that just version 2.0 or is that like Human 2, the sequel to Human? Because if it's Human
I see.
2, they need to have like fucking wings, man, and they got to live.
God, what
like,
is it with
twice as
you and
long.
wanting
That's
bat
what
wings so much? Jesus.
Oh my
This has
god,
come
you're
up
right. This
2
is like the
weeks
second
in a
time this has
row.
come up now.
Oh my god.
Welcome to my 3-part podcast about how much I want bat wings. In the description, you'll find a link to my GoFundMe.
Yeah. Wait, was
Okay,
that
other 0.1 updates? 0.1 updates.
the Batwing talk wasn't even on podcast, I don't think. I think that was afterwards. So I'm sure people are just
no,
like,
it was
what?
definitely on the podcast.
Was it?
I think it was during the Final Fantasy thing.
Oh, you might be right. You might be right. Okay.
Was it? No, I thought it was during the main episode. I don't know.
Okay.
If you increase your lifespan, what if everyone's lifespan was increased by 5%? Is that a 0.1 update?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so everyone gets like 3 extra years on average.
I think that would be something simple to like fix blood circulation across the board or something.
Sure.
Efficient,
Yeah. Okay.
more efficient blood circulation, which also increases lifespan by like 2% or something.
Okay. John, what's a 0.1 update you would want? Glasses? No more glasses?
I feel like that's bigger than a 0.1.
I think that's bigger
trying to-
too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm trying to think of something like everyone is the exact same amount of like. There's no light sleeper or heavy sleeper. There is just sleeper. If that makes sense, that could be a point
Okay.
one.
Okay. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
kind of interesting. This is probably bigger than a 0.1, but like if we were more efficient, like I only need 6 hours of sleep and I'm good. No
I
more
think
of this 8 shit.
that's bigger than a 0.1, but the idea of like sleep being normalized across the board for everybody, I think is enough maybe. Whereas like you still need the sleep, but like at least it's normal for everybody. Might
Like
be okay.
you are guaranteed no less and no more than 8 hours each day. So there's no more sleeping in. I think that's bigger than a
Yeah, that
0.1.
seems bigger. You're right.
Because now if you're saying you don't ever need to sleep in, like I think that would be a game changer to some people.
Totally.
So that seems bigger than a 0.1. What's a 0.1 that you, Paul, would want?
0.1. Man. Like maybe if my arms were a little longer or something. Just like a tad.
There's been a time where you were just a little out of reach.
Yeah, just a little bit. Specific.
But I feel like
okay, whatever. It's for this light up here is just a tad out of reach, even when I'm on a chair. So if it was just like 2 inches more, I'd be able to like easily change that light. But instead, I have to be on my tippy toes on a chair, and it's scary.
I feel like you could say that you're like constantly things are a little out of reach. The remote's just a little out of reach. That my water bottle's a little out of reach.
Just a little.
But once
bit.
you get those longer arms, you're going to move those things a little bit further away from you, so they're always going to be a little out of reach.
Except for this light. This light will be stationary,
I guess
and
the
I'll be
light
fine.
would. Yeah. I guess the light. Yeah.
Until I move to a place where it's a little bit out of reach again. Then, yeah.
I think a 0.1 update for me would be like my facial hair comes in a little fuller.
Yes, that would be a nice
Okay.
one. Yeah, I agree with you on that.
Okay.
Specifically yours, not even everyone else's.
Yeah,
Specifically
no,
yours.
I'm with you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Please, I'm glad your signature number 2 on my petition that I'm going to hand in to the White House, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Don, do you want to read this one from VGC Kenny?
Sure. Kenny writes in and says, if you had to turn your favorite non-video game piece of media into a video game, how would you do it?
Oh, okay.
See, the problem is I'm having a hard time thinking of pieces of media that I like to turn into a game that hasn't already been turned into a game.
That's a good
Like
point.
my mind immediately jumped to Samurai Pizza Cats, and that has a game.
That game's good,
Then
too.
it went, Yeah. Then I went like Inspector Gadget. Nope. Got a couple games. Game of Thrones. Got a couple games.
Does it have
John
a
Wick.
couple
Got a couple
games?
games.
It has the
Game of,
Telltale game.
Game of Thrones has at least 2 games. Yeah. There's an Atlas game and then there's the Telltale game.
What is the Atlas game? Okay.
The Atlas game was not considered good. It was an RPG. I think it was a Dark Souls style RPG.
Weird. I'm surprised I don't know about that.
They also have
It
that
was not,
version
not
of
well received,
Reigns
from what I heard.
too, if you count that. That's more like a skin, but though.
Okay, well, you got to keep thinking of your favorite non-video game piece of media.
Yeah.
Well, that's the problem. Is like
God Pilgrim
right
versus
now.
the World is literally a game that is one of my favorite games to play.
Sure. Yeah.
Literally every like favorite movie I can think of has a video game. Just about every TV show I can think of has a video game. I don't
Something
think I have an answer.
Scrubs comes to mind for me
Okay.
as probably my favorite TV show. How would I make a Scrubs video game?
I mean, they're making a Seinfeld video game, so at this point, anything's on the
Oh
table.
my god, that
They're
looks
making
so
a Seinfeld
good.
video game?
Yeah,
Like
someone
officially?
made a pitch. Someone made a pitch for a Seinfeld adventure game.
Okay, yeah.
And,
I feel like adventure game would be the easiest one.
Yeah.
Because you don't have to
For
come
sure.
up with any kind of like action-related stuff involved. And then the second easiest one is like a Telltale game, which might as well just be a movie. Which basically they did that with the Netflix stuff.
This is actually a
Made a
hard
Lost-
question.
They made a Lost
Yeah.
video game.
I was about to say, like, you know what would be a good one from Netflix? That Witcher or that Castlevania show. Those would be great for video games. It's just like, no, like,
And honestly, even like I was thinking of a joke answer. 50 Cent came to mind. Is like he has 2 games.
yeah.
That second one rocks.
Give me Family Matters. I want to play as Urkel. I need a Simpson style beat 'em up.
Okay.
The theme of Family Matters.
It's not the worst idea. I'd play it anyway.
People are saying in the chat that Scrubs they would make like a surgery style thing. You know, would it just be Operation? I feel like the medical stuff was like the
Secondary, very much
kind
secondary.
of secondary to like how funny JD and Turk were when they were hanging out with that fake dog.
What would an It's Always Sunny game be?
It's Always Sunny has games.
Oh,
It does?
do they?
How does it work?
Yeah, there's an idle clicker mobile game.
Oh,
It's all about creating different schemes to get rich.
honestly, that sounds like the type of game you would make. Yep, because it's kind of self-aware in what it's doing too. I'm sure.
See what I mean? Like, I'm actually struggling to come up with good answers for this.
Fuck me, dude. Okay, I kind of
Freddy
want
got fingered the game. Wow, no.
I kind of want to turn this on
That
its
I
head
can do without.
and be like,
What says Knives Out the game? I bet that game would actually be pretty cool.
that would be great.
Isn't that just Clue?
Yeah,
Isn't that just
it is.
Clue?
Clue's
I mean,
great.
What's wrong with Clue?
I love Clue. I'm not saying
Okay.
there's an issue with it. I'm just
Yeah.
saying that game already exists.
I would play a Knives Out themed version.
At that point,
Clue.
is it a game or is it a skin for Clue?
Well, I hope they would take it a little bit further. Like I want Daniel Craig with his weird accent, talking about donuts within donuts. I want something
Yeah.
like that in there.
Sure. What about the other way around? I'm interested in. What's a video game thing that you would like to turn into a piece of media? That, for some reason, seems
man.
easier to me because there's more media you could do.
These always turn out, or not always, they often turn out bad though, right?
Yeah, they usually do. That's true.
And if they're a movie, they always turn out bad.
I think
It'd have to be a TV
Castlevania would
show.
make a cool opera if we're going to just go way out there. Like a big play production.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know enough about opera, but yeah, maybe, sure. I mean, I could say like Asura's Wrath would make a great anime. But it basically is
It is, yeah.
already an anime, and
You're right.
It's also just Dragon Ball Z. Like I can just go watch a Dragon Ball Z, and I get it.
Yeah, it's true. They should make a Sonic movie. Oh wait, Never
Nah,
mind.
I don't think that'd be very good.
no.
I bet he'd floss in it, and it would kind of suck.
How many times? Can't be more than once, right?
Does he floss more than once? I
He
honestly
flosses
don't remember.
twice. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Gray writes in and says, in Final Fantasy VII, did you guys ever use items other than things related to health or magic?
Nope.
Like grenades, for instance?
Nope.
In most cases, I found those to be rather useless.
They were.
I don't think I used a single one ever.
I did use one once, and then I stopped because it did like 100 damage, and my normal attacks were doing like 5 times that. So, the fucking garbage. The items in that game are useless.
How about you, John?
Sorry, what was the question?
Did you ever use any of the non-health or magic items in Final Fantasy VII Remake?
Oh yeah, I answered this during the spoiler cast. Like I used the big bomber once, and then found out it did like only 300 damage or some like pittance number, and then I just like, nope, never using that again.
Yep.
There's a
So,
reason why hard
not
mode makes
really.
it so you don't use items, because items are garbage anyway. Doesn't matter. All right.
Even like the best healing items are like either super rare or they're like only a small chunk, and using cure is better.
Yep. The best the best items are in that game were things that just restored your magic or health.
Yep.
Even then, they wore out their welcome at some point anyway. Matthew writes in and says, would you rather spend money on a meal that tastes mediocre but leaves you full for several hours, or a meal that tastes amazing but leaves you full for only 30 minutes? I feel like this happens daily. If like, what do we want to eat today? Do we want to like...
So I feel like that's describing fast food in a way.
Yeah, pretty much, right?
Yeah, because like I'll eat fast food and I'll enjoy it, but then like 30 minutes later I will be hungry again. So that doesn't help. So I would probably say the mediocre, but full for several hours. Just
yeah, same, for sure.
That's basically what kind of I do. Like I eat a lot of just chicken breast, just because the macros are where I need them to be.
Yeah. Oh, wait, and there's a second part of this question, actually. At what price point do you switch one choice to the other?
Okay, so we all picked the first one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say the mediocre food, the meal, it cost you, let's just say $20 or whatever.
For mediocre food?
Yeah, just to put a number on it.
Okay.
I think 20 was kind of like the cutoff-ish at that point.
Yeah, I think 20 is the
cutoff. Like $20 is like ordering a pizza, basically.
Yeah.
Like it's mediocre food, but it will keep you full. But then after that, like it is like the return on investment is kind of bad.
Again, the $20 is not the important part. I was just putting a number on there. So I was gonna say if the number is 20 for the mediocre food, how much cheaper does the food that we decided not to pick on have to be before you now pick it?
I feel like mediocre is really the word that kind of hitches on here, because mediocre suggests like you'll still get some enjoyment out of it. I feel like the sliders.
I feel like it has a negative connotation though.
Like comparatively, anyway, it does.
It will definitely comparatively, like that's built into the question, but I feel like it's just like bad quality. Like it's been like cooked too long, or it's dry.
Oh, I disagree then. I don't want food that's not prepared properly.
Well, no. Like it's health. Like it's still fine to eat. It's not like it's gonna hurt you, but it's like in my chicken example. Well, it was just cooked for too long and dry, so it's just like not super enjoyable.
Well, the way I read this or heard it at first or whatever is that mediocre would be like some rice, like maybe some peas or like basic veggies and chicken. Like just a basic meal that's not good or not bad, just completely like this is fine. And then like amazing would be, I don't know, like Chinese food or something with a lot of taste
Well, I think you just said it there. Is you said this is just fine. I feel like mediocre puts it lower than that.
Oh no, then I disagree.
No. To me, that's to me what Paul says is mediocre. Like it's okay.
It's baseline.
Nothing to write home about.
But I just okay, because me personally, like if someone like made me a meal that was just like fine, it was like middle of the road, I would not say to them, "This is mediocre." Like that just seems so mean.
Oh, sure, you wouldn't say it, but you would think it because that's literally what the word mediocre means. Is that it's fine. But like, you don't have to be a jerk off about it.
Like, are you guys
if
we're ranking, if we're putting these adjectives on a scale from 1 to 10, where's mediocre lying?
5, literally 5.
See, I'm putting it closer to like 4.
What's with this weird semantics?
I know that, and that and I said that it sounds small, but to me, it's now under like the middle. It is in the negative. It is in like the negative half of that bracket, I should say.
Yo, why are you so negative, dog? Why can't something just be okay? I can't believe I'm the one saying, why are you negative? What?
Okay, well, I just feel like the word mediocre has negative connotations. Well, we'll put it yours. You guys both put it at 5. So then now you're getting a meal that tastes amazing, but it's not going to last you very long. What is the price differential if the mediocre one is $20?
Probably the price of like another mediocre meal. So like, if I can feed myself for, so if I'm going to spend
less, right? It has to be less.
Well, here's the thing: is that for the same amount of money, I should either be able to feed myself an amazing meal, or me and my girlfriend a mediocre meal each, for the same price.
Well, no, because it has to be the other way around. Because you're picking the mediocre meal. You said that you would pick the mediocre meal over the tasty short meal, right?
What I'm saying is that the difference would have to be double. So like, let's say like
$10 for the tasty.
Let's say a mediocre meal is $10 or whatever, because 10's easier, and then 20 is the like higher meal or whatever.
Well, I'm saying that
the cutoff is half of the fancy meal or whatever.
That goes against this question because you already chose the mediocre one. So they're trying to incentivize you to not choose the mediocre one, meaning it has to be less than the mediocre one. Then you're not going to pick the more expensive one that you want least.
No, then that meal has to be half the price.
Am I crazy, John? Are you following me here?
Sean, I'm with you on this one, Sean.
Okay, thank you.
I get it. Like if the amazing meal is $10.
Okay.
But the mediocre meal is double that. I'm going to use 10 again because again he's
no. I'm saying the other way around.
I know, and that's what I'm not getting about it.
Okay.
Okay, so you want the amazing meal.
No, he wants the mediocre one, right?
So, okay, so you're saying the mediocre meal is 10 and the amazing meal is 20, right?
Sure.
Okay, but like, why are you willing to pay more money for basically less? That's the thing I feel like we're skipping here. If we're ignoring the fact that you're only full for a half hour and we're just taking it based on taste value, then yes, I agree with you, Paul. But we're like, you got to keep in mind the fact that the idea is that you're spending more money to basically be hungrier sooner.
So I think another way you can look at this is there are 2 options here: the mediocre meal, the tastier meal. Sure. You have ranked them. Mediocre meal is number 1 in your heart. Tastier meal is number 2 in your heart, right? In terms of your preferences?
Yeah, sure.
So theoretically, your number 1 you should be willing to pay more for than your number 2.
I mean,
just based on when it comes to a list of preferences, I will pay more for my number 1 than my number 2.
The next question comes from Lucas, Gu-Tang Clan. Are you actually going to finish that, or should we just move on?
We can move on. It's fine.
All right. What is a skill what is a skill you have that would surprise people? For example, you can work on engines, are mechanically inclined, you are great with landscaping or carpentry, you can repair PCs and diagnose operating system issues, etc.
I mean, I can read and play music on multiple instruments, but I just don't for some reason.
Yeah, I can sing and play a little bit of music, but I don't either anymore.
I feel like I have no secret skills.
They're all out there.
Maybe that's your secret. You've got no secret.
I guess so. I'm always angry.
Yeah, exactly. His secret skill is being able to explain a convoluted question about mediocre meals.
Yeah, I mean, this is just a math problem, and I was always good at math in high school.
There you go.
All right, if people want to send in questions for next week, it's topdownperspective@gmail.com, at TDP Podcast on Twitter, the Discord channel, or John's P.O. Box. What's your game of the week?
Kirby Superstar.
Oh, I guess Minecraft Dungeons. Feels dirty.
Mine will be Golf with Your Friends. All right, if you're a TDP listener, stay tuned because we're about to go live with our One Step from Eden episode. If you are a Patreon subscriber, tonight is your last night to vote on what next month's game will be. And if you didn't catch it, after last week's show, we did an impromptu Final Fantasy VII Remake spoiler cast. So that is out there. You should have gotten to download it already. It's on the YouTube channel, but go check that out as well if you want to hear all of our thoughts on that.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we'll be back next week. See you guys.
Bye.